Good evening, friends. Welcome. It's time to play Oathsworn into the Deepwood for the first time in approximately 3 or 4 years. And I admit to being quite excited. I'm a creature of habit. Most of us are. But I am a genuine, this is how I do my things all the time, without fail. And one of my idiosyncrasies is that I have to feel like it's the right time to do something. You know, I can appreciate how good things are and enjoy things, but I need to be in the right headspace for it. TV shows is a good one. I don't often want to watch new TV shows. Usually I'll just put on a TV show that I've watched before because it's a calming and enjoyable experience for me. New games, what I'm basically trying to say is that this sat on my shelf for quite a while because the moment never felt right. And just yesterday, in the middle of my stream with Origin Story, which is great by the way, I just got an urge to pull this out. And thus I did. G'day, Net Diver. And thus I did. So I pulled this out, and here we are. Born to be kings, we're the princes of the universe. Now, we're not princes of the universe, but we are very excited about this experience. That's a quote from Highlander. Here we are, born to be kings, we're the princes of the universe. Yes, so I got excited about playing this. I unpacked it today, I reorganised it, I reset my existing campaign, and we find ourselves playing tonight. And I'm very excited. I'm very excited. I can't promise we'll make it through the whole campaign. We will definitely, very likely that we will. I can't promise that everything's going to be painted, although for the first 2 or 3 chapters everything is painted. But I can promise you that, as always, I'm going to have a very good time. And I hope that you also have a good time watching me play this game. So let's talk about angles. I love setting up my camera angles. So this normally won't be here, but I'll come back to this. I've decided we're going to try the story mode just for this episode, and I'll see how I feel about it. I remember the story mode as being incredibly well written, and I would like to continue to experience that. However, it does take a fair bit of time, and there is an instant action mode, which maybe will suit better, maybe. And from the perspective of, it'll be just easier to get through to the cool fights. I've played through chapter 12. So I'm going to do the story mode this one and see how I feel. Characters, I've selected 4 characters, but those 4 characters are just for the moment. If we want to change those up, we can. So we're playing the Huntress with her 2 eagles. She's here. Or 2 hawks. Great Falcon, there you go, 1 in 3. We're also playing the Cur. I don't believe I've ever played the Cur. So that's quite fun. And then I'm playing the Ursus Warbear and the Priest as companions. So yes, I don't really remember how to do story mode, by the way, so I'm going to have to read some stuff. I remembered all the rules of the other bit. Okay, so yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember it. You just put tokens on the time track. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We'll figure it out. It'll be fine. It's like riding a bike. You don't forget. All right, we've got a wonderful map set up that you don't need to know about yet because we don't know who we're fighting yet. It's all hidden and surprise. It might not be the giant rat broodmother. It might be someone else. We'll find out. But here's an angle of the broodmother's cart. And then we have a dice tray, and so we can bring up the dice tray here. Oh, that's a bit annoying. Maybe I'll move the dice tray over to the right-hand side. Ooh. Yeah, maybe we'll put it up here. G'day, Tom. Thanks as always for joining me, friend. One of the shining lights of my streams. Always engaging. Makes a difference. Yeah, that's still pretty awkward, but that's where the dice tray is, so that looks weird. Maybe it's not a good spot for that. Let's go back to where I had it. Well, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay, so the dice tray goes away. How good's that? We've also got this app, which we're going to use for tracking the games. So this is just a website app tracking thing that allows us to track all of the stuff. We've got True Grit. That's pretty fun. And then, yeah, we've got our 4 characters, which you can track the characters. There's a little knockout track, which we can track how many times we get our ass handed to us. We've actually got a way to track the event deck as well, which is cool. But, yes, we've also got the app loaded up with the ability to listen to the wonderful narration by James Cosmo, and we shall in this episode. As I said, maybe not every episode, but we will. And then over here is another section which you don't need to worry about yet because we don't know what's going to happen because we haven't been told to open up secret thing A. But maybe we'll find ourselves here in Baston. Because no one fights like Baston. No one da 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 bum. I'm especially good at expectorating. Oh, what a town. Baston. If you've never played this game, it is a story campaign game about some people in a free company that are called Oathsworn. So they swear an oath to, I can't remember, do stuff, go out and protect people and what have you, and fight against the Deepwood. The Deepwood is an alive forest that is out to get people. And that's why that's why the game's called Oathsworn Into the Deepwood, if you haven't heard. And it's a boss battler, so you'll have your characters against a variety of different bosses. The story is, I would say, not infinitely replayable by far, because it is a fixed story, but there's generally a few different paths you can pursue down the story, and then there's a bit of variability. So I played it twice, up to about chapter 5, and then I played 1 to chapter 13 and 1 to chapter 5 with a different group. The group that got up to chapter 5 did take a fairly different path, so that was cool. But yeah, the game itself is quite cleverly designed in many, many ways. I have a very large amount of appreciation for the design of this game. And I'm excited to play it. We'll definitely make some mistakes, so let's hope that we don't make too many and that we get a few comments from people that are watching that can help us. But yeah, I do, as always, have my card display set up, so we will be able to show off the cards as well, which is great. And I'm going to try, no promises, but I'm going to try and use that a little bit more. This is the card I'm playing, this is what it does, let's do the thing, blah, blah, blah. That's what I'm going to try and do. Okay, enough talk. Let's mute my mic and go over to the wonderful James Cosmo to start us off on a new campaign, Chapter 1. Here we go.
Green mud sucks at your boots. Every stride a challenge as you trudge through the rain. Your hands grip the thick iron cable.
Did that sound weird to everyone else? That sounded quite strange to me.
The wire road, pulled taut through rings, sunken into the trunks of hideous trees. For days now, it has been the only evidence of humanity's existence in the Deepwood. Clinging to this lifeline has not worked for everyone, though. You are one less than when you left Verum. It was nothing any of you saw, just a thrum in the wire behind you, and then a scream disappearing into the dark. The memory is fresh in your mind, but this is not the time to mourn, not here. As you travel, vines and black tree trunks spattered with sickly pink cysts block your view ahead. Things slither away and rustle through the undergrowth, but they are of little concern. One cannot afford to jump at every noise in this place, or else you'd go mad. It is only when the sounds slither towards you that you need to worry. Relief from walking through this overgrown hell is promised as the huddled profile of the fortress town of Bastone looms in the distance. They are the ones that sent for you. People have been dying here, though not of hunger or of the Deepwood. Those don't leave much of a man when they're done. Something else is happening here, something that is leaving plenty of bodies. The crumbling city walls tower before you. As you approach them, you spot something laying at their base.
All right, we have to choose something. Do we explore the base of the wall, or do we get out of the rain and head for Bastone's gates? Exploring at the base of the wall sounds like something. I've always gone for the get out of the rain, so let's explore the base of the wall. What? Oh. Place the free company marker on location 21. Place the chapter 1 time track beneath the map. Take the path A cut.
Green mud sucks at your
You don't need to do that again, great guy. We've been there. Okay, we're going to explore the base of the wall.
A driving rain batters the city walls.
Okay, we'll just have a look at this. So it said to put a time tracker thing on something, didn't it? We can go back though, it's good. Yes. Instructions. Place the free company marker, place the chapter... No, okay, we're good.
Green mud.
Thank you, James.
A driving rain batters the city walls as its ancient grey stones stand in defiance of the Deepwood's reaching limbs and the beasts that stalk beneath them. The deafening roar of the downpour hinders your ability to detect the sound of any approaching threats. You stay alert, noting the danger. At the base of the walls you find jumbled piles of branches and bone collected together like nests. In one of the scattered nests lies a jawbone, most probably human. Woven into the twigs and branches of another nest is a cracked and broken mask, feminine in design. The once full face mask of delicate ceramic now lies shattered. What would a Thracian noblewoman's mask be doing here? The question is left unanswered as a glint catches your eye.
I've got to remember to turn my microphone on and off. All right, I'm going to add a little thing there. Fantastic. We have selected King Killer. I think if I do this, it is top down mic. Okay, so we've added King Killer. We can turn that off and we can load this up.
Why would anyone leave something so valuable this side of the wall?
Yeah, it's definitely doing a weird audio thing. Sorry about that, I'm not sure. Place location 22 and go there. All right, so we had to put a time tracker on the time space because we wasted time getting King Killer. Don't know what that does. So now we're going to go to location 22. And so I remember this part being one of the things I did not like about the game, having to put these things out. Sounds good in practice, but maybe there's an easier way to organise these that makes it All right, so we're going to location 22. Oh, yeah, and we got a random common item, didn't we? I think you can sell those, so I'll just grab one at random. And we've got a great maul. Excellent. We'll pop that in our backpack. All right. So we will continue on to location 22.
As you approach the thick wooden gate,
I'll just pause that for a second. So when you move to a location, you place the thing on the time track. So
small slat slides unevenly open, and a weary, cold-caked face peers out. Moments pass as he eyes you with suspicion, taking inventory of your many weapons. Then one of you reveals the mark on your wrist. He grimaces. Free company. Let me get this open. The slat slams shut, and you hear a chain strain as a mechanism pulls the gate open, swinging out just wide enough to squeeze through. You move into the gateway passage and find it blocked ahead by an iron portcullis, a second layer of defense creating a quarantine area. In the passage with you is a single table, lit by a foul-smelling lantern on the wall. You hand him your papers. I'm sure you know the drill, the guard urges as he thumbs through them. Arms extended out from your sides, he raps against you repeatedly with a short hollow tube of wood. He nods, then sniffs, satisfied you have brought nothing of the Deepwood in with you. You've not come too soon. More bodies last night, he says, as he moves to a rickety table in the corner to mark more paperwork. Papers say you're 5. A grim silence from you answers his next question. Right then. An oath fulfilled, I suppose. He looks uncomfortably away and motions towards a logbook with ink and quill beside it. Make your mark.
create a name for your free company. Well, unfortunately, the app has already got a name listed, and I'm going to share that now. It is default company name. I can't change it. So define a key attribute of your free company by choosing one of the following statements. You are faithful to the oath and to your God. You trust that your arm is given strength by more than mere muscle. You are the last ones standing, the ones who seal the breach and protect the innocent shoulder to shoulder. You will hold the line whatever comes at you. The Deepwood is fierce, but you're worse. Death is a dance you know all too well. No, I don't like that one. Discipline or death, keep marching. No, I like this middle one. Or this, number 2. You are the last ones standing, the ones who seal the breach and protect the innocent, shoulder to shoulder. You will hold the line whatever comes at you. All Oathsworn gain a permanent defense token. Okay, that seems quite good. So we will gain a permanent defense token. That seems quite good tracking purposes, doesn't it? So because of that, we'll actually grab that now and put that on our 4 guys. Defense token. Cool. I really should set up my second screen.
The guard seals the paper with...
That sound is getting quite annoying. I don't know what's happening. I think it might be the app itself is struggling to cope with the awesomeness that's in front of it. Maybe it just needs a little bit of time to load. So we'll give it that.
wax and nods to those outside the portcullis. With a slow grind, the iron gate raises to let you through. You understand your task. Find whoever or whatever is responsible for the unexplained deaths. As you step out onto the main thoroughfare of Bastone, a sea of unwashed citizens churn through the mud, going about their daily struggle. Welcome to my glorious Bastone, a voice chimes from your right. You all turn to the voice. A street urchin, caked in dirt under an explosion of dark hair, leans nonchalantly against the outer wall. If I hadn't been so clever, I might have tried to lighten your pockets. Looks like you're too much for me, though, right? You come out of the green all bristling with blades fresh from the wire. No, me ma made no fool, and that's why I'll let you pass without paying my toll. Now, I know what you're thinking. We need that kind of charitable citizen to show us around. Well, usually I'd say no, what with all my responsibilities around town, but for you, I make an exception. For today, and I make this place feel like home for you. Get you anything or anyone you need. Take you anywhere you want and keep you from running into the less reputable around here.
As I recall the last couple of times I told this guy to, get shit, here's your $4, mate. I'm tempted to tell this guy to get nicked. Get out of here, dickhead. All right, we're doing that.
Dozens of streets and alleys spread out like a spider web from the town gates. You have lived in Verham, so a small gnarled bug like Bastone should be easy enough to find your way around. You are sure you'll be able to pick up the trail and that there may even be a banksmith or apothecary to trade with for the supplies you may need for the hunt.
All right, we need to perform a reasoning check. So, 2 ways you can do a reasoning check. You can flip cards, or you can roll dice. Now we're going to go to this screen, we're going to turn that off, and we're going to load up our dice tray. So when you do a check, you roll as many dice as you want. I'm going to choose to roll 4 dice. 4 is not good odds to succeed. 1 in 3, 2 misses. I have not yet got a re-roll token, which would have been nice. Sure, we'll try 5. I would like to pass this check. So, cheers. Cheers.
This city's layout is not the intricate lattice of streets found in Thrace or the vast thoroughfares of Verham. A few quick questions with the locals describe the local avenues.
All right, place location tokens. 2. The archive. 3. 7. 12. 13, 14, 16, and 19. Yeah, this is the part that I just found slowed the game down a little bit. There's probably an easier way to organise my tokens actually now that I think of it, so maybe I'll do that. Before the next game, 19, the Banksmith. Nice way to start, yes. Lovely little cheeky deno roll. 17, no. 16, yes! Where's 16? Here. 3, the apothecary. 24, no. 13, yes. The broken oak. 7, 12, 13, 14. I need 14. There it is, 16, and then that's it. Town square, done. All the tokens are out.
This city's layout is not the intricate lattice of streets found in Thrace or the vast thoroughfares of Verham. A few...
Thank you, James Cosmo. Okay, let's go to the Broken Oak, I think, location 13, and we will kick ourselves off by going to the inn. Seems good.
A well-tended inn shows promise. Entering, you find an amber fire glowing in the hearth. It is warm, dry, and seemingly inviting. "Pot's peace," a burly man says, smiling. His eyes are slightly distant, revealing that his attitude may come more from a bottle than his heart. "The yams are fresh and the rum's dark as a Deepwood." A newcomer steps up beside him. "Something's not fresh because it's green, Bram, especially if it's supposed to be yellow." He turns to you. He tries at least, and he's not lying about the rum. "Greycane." The man introduces himself with a nod of deference. I am the eyes and ears of this town. The mouth more like, Bram offers from behind the bar. I'm also the bankroll of this establishment, he retorts with a knowing look to Bram. After a few pleasantries, Grey Cane leads a conversation around to the question of what he can do for a free company in Bastone. Hearing of your hunt, a light appears in his eyes. The son of Lord Arden's been the talk of the town. Word is, he's been frequenting a certain sort of alley being less than noble. That's where they found his seal, the noble crest, bathed in blood, no body. The crust blame the common folk, but I think it's something else. And I'm glad Davenish had the forethought to call you in.
Good work, Davenish. I'm glad you had the forethought as well, mate. Gain clue token 1. I don't remember what clue tokens are. Oh, hang on. I think they're these little things. They're these. Yes, they are. Okay. So we're going to gain clue token 1. If we have clue token 2, we do not have clue token 2. Okay, place location 4. So he said that he's been frequenting a certain sort of alley being less than noble. That's where they found his seal, the noble crest bathed in blood. No body. So, town square, unlikely to be it. This looks like an alleyway of ill repute. I don't think we need to buy any gear. The apothecary is always a good shout to get curatives in the deck, but we don't need those. The archive probably won't help us for now, and I don't think we need to go to the underways. So let's go to 16 and see how well I remember.
Rain trickles from an ill-hanging sign proclaiming this to be the watering hole. It is an apt name for this place, or at least the last part is. You enter the inn to the sight of gritty faces and dirty mugs. From the look of the men, this must be one of the dives of the underways workers. You hold out your hand, palm up, giving the pot's peace gesture to indicate you want no trouble and make your way to the bar. Eyes flash to the free company marks on your wrists as you pass. You approach the innkeeper and ask what he knows of the deaths. I know I'm losing the pool. Jimmy, you're supposed to be dead by now. He shouts over your shoulder to a man in the corner. Men chuckle and go back to the drinks. Lost 3 good patrons this month. Randall Squarey knows. Wait, perhaps you can help that dunce. You want to know what he knows? He's at the stocks. Try to get him out, will you? He's not a bad lad. He just doesn't know when to keep his mouth shut round the guards.
Good on you, Randall. Place location token 20 at the stockade. All right. Let's do that. So there's location 20. So do we want to help Randall at the stockade? Sure, we'll help Randall at the stockade. Let's go to location 20.
There are 5 stockades in the circle. Only one is currently occupied. A soggy young man with thick curly red hair sits dejectedly in the rain. A solitary guard leans under an archway, not far off, paying little heed. At the sight of you, the man brightens. Psst, hey, can you help me? Honest, I can do nothing. It's the guards. Corrupt as witchcraft. Iron's more important than blood to them. You're free company, right? You can do what you want. Come on, just lift that pin and I'll do anything. You have the power to requisition this man if he has what you need.
We'll free Randall!
You easily pull the iron latch pin from the stockade. He massages his wrists. Pot's peace shine upon you, my friends. I owe you. You tell him what you need and he readily agrees to tell you what he knows. There's this old body collector over in the Burrows. He's had me looking for a buyer for a story he's telling. Says he knows who's responsible for the deaths. He'll want paying proper, though.
Alright, if you have less than 6 iron, you must choose to search the town for other clues to the murders. So we could choose to continue searching, or we could go and pay this clown. We do have 6 cash money, because we've got 12. Yeah, we'll do that. I don't think I've done this option either. So
you easily pull the iron latch.
Place location token 24 and go there.
You find the...
Okay, so we're doing all right for time. Okay.
informant on the other side of town as daylight begins to wane. He's not much to look at, just another grimy face. He nervously shifts from foot to foot outside a ramshackle terrace. Behind him, you can see what must be his family peering nervously from a window. They look hungry. You need words. We need food. I'll tell you what you're needing.
I'm a good bloke. I've always been a good bloke, and so we're actually going to give this guy a little bit of extra cash. What a nice thing to do. It's not the type of universe to do that in, but I'm a good guy. Lose 6 iron. All Oathsworn gain an empowered ×3 token. Yes. Get around it. Those tokens are the best. Okay.
Don't know what to say. Thank you. And those who watch over you. Lost my little girl, Esper, a week back. The man utters a tear in his eye. This might just save the rest. It's the dead you need to find. People live, people die. He gestures to the wretched homeless lining the alley on either side of the street. When they do, the collector comes to clear. Used to be me. Take bodies, take names if they add any, and burns them. No sickness then. Burning's expensive though. Hard to find people to go out to the Deepwood and cut it, especially after that lot didn't come back. Collector gets his iron for each body he cleans from the streets. Costs nothing just to throw a body over the wall. Not right though. That ain't the job. That cur Jeffet undercut me and got the work, but I've seen him going to the wall and paying those guards on the eastmost tower. They look the other way and over they go. You find the bodies, you'll find the answers. And if you happen to kill that whore's son who stole my livelihood, then good riddance.
11, 17, and 25. 11. Where's 11? Where's 11? Is it outside? Yes. 11, 17, and 25. Are you at the top underneath my thing? No? Here. Alright. Just gonna read this again. But I've seen him going to the wall and paying those guards at the eastmost tower. Cool. So we've got a direction thing, a compass, somewhere on here, I'm pretty sure. Yep, down here. Tremendous. So that says that, come on, that 17, never eat soggy wheat bix. That's how I remembered northeast, southwest. So that's where they are. So let's go to 17. Now, I'm going to have to pause me playthrough here because I don't remember if that means we get that or if you need to have that uncovered to get that. I'm pretty sure it's the second one. Time track. If the space is empty. Yes, perfect. So we're not going to get that extra battle flow token. That's a shame. So we've gone to 17.
You know you won't be able to find the collector before nightfall, but you know...
Alright, so basically what he said, that sounds too annoying. Are you the Night Watch? Who's asking? One of them grunts, giving you a brief sidelong glance before returning his gaze to the fire. Then he looks back. I am going to attempt to threaten the squad because I am a tough guy and I have an Ursus Warbear, so get around it. Yeah, difficulty 3 if you're an Ursus. Okay, so difficulty 3. We don't have a reroll token, but was this a might check? Threatening check. Okay, so I think threatening checks are not might checks. Only checks you get to use your might for is unsurprisingly, a might check. But we'll just make sure. A check. It's good to see. Alright, so redraw tokens may be used during any check called a might check. You can use a thingy. Yeah. Okay, so we will use, this is a 3 dice, so I think we'll use, or 3, I think odds are we'll use 4 dice. Oh, that's always risky. 2 misses is bad. I got no rerolls. Let's go, Ursus. Ah, we failed because I rolled 4 dice. If I had have only rolled 3, still would have failed. Okay, well, we failed. So we'll turn that off.
As the man draws his weapon, the closest of you tries to grab him by the wrist.
They're attacking me. Perform a round of combat against defense 4. Okay. I forget how that works, so we're going to look that up as well. A round of combat against defense 4. Alright. Sometimes each Oathsworn must draw a single attack, but special abilities and items may not. To perform this, they may draw any number of their might cards, or up to 10 white cards. If 2 or more blanks are drawn, the attack misses and causes no damage. Oathsworn fails, loses a hit point. Okay, so everyone's got to have a swing. So let's turn that off, turn that on, and do a roll. Okay, so I might at this point shuffle these, and maybe we'll use some of these. The cards, maybe. Okay, the Warbear, so it's against defense 4, so the Warbear is just going to roll this. She's not going to use her thing. Okay, so that's a success. So she suffers no damage. The Cur will do the same. Oh no, he's only white dice. He'll roll 4 white dice. Ugh. Easily succeeds. The chick down here, she'll roll 4. 3. We needed to be 4, didn't we? Defense 4. So she suffers a wound. And then the priest with his great maul, what a champion. Never in doubt. The priest. Cool.
You come to a point in the parapet where faint bloodstains can be seen on the crenellations. Peering over the wall, you find what you have been looking for. At its base are the thick wooden stakes used in all settlements.
Hey, son Kahegan, I think you can only use empowerment tokens during a might check. Maybe you can use it during combat, but that's the only one. I haven't got reroll tokens. I haven't got anything. I've done a bad job so far.
To ward off the denizens of the Deepwood. Among these stakes is also a mass of blood.
It's giant rats. Let's go down and rescue the man. Because we are legends. Oh, actually, do we throw a flaming brazier of explosive amber down on them both? That would be good. I think that gets us an animus token, maybe. No, we'll climb down and help him. We're legends. We're going to be legends in this playthrough. All Oathsworn gain a redraw token. What about the timing of that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, I like having a few tokens. Perform a round of combat. If 2 or more Oathsworn deal less damage than this defense value, the guard dies. Okay, so we're doing the same thing. But we're only going to roll 4 dice on the cur. So the cur has a great time. Well done. 3 dice on the warbear. The warbear also cuts sick. 3 dice on the priest. The priest is an animal. And the huntress, she's having a real bad time. She's going to use her reroll token probably. What a bad time she's having. We've succeeded, so we don't need to rescue Dane, but I don't want her to take another damage. Actually, she's probably not going to get hit a lot. No, we'll do it. We'll reroll this one. You idiot! Okay, so you get your reroll token back if you fail. I know we didn't fail. We didn't meet the thing. Oh, Huntress, having a bad time. Starting with that. Reroll on rounds of combat, are they? In the story mode. Rerolls and things. I didn't have a reroll, but I just got one, so we're fine. Okay, we're going back to this story. So we successfully saved the guard. That's great. The guard survives. The man leans on his sword, visibly shaking, and then straightens up to collect himself. I'm Dane. You saved my life. Ugh. You inspect one of the rat corpses. You know the rats have dozen. Where's the mother, though? A woman's scream pierces the Deepwood behind you. You're about to find out. Reveal the encounter special rules board. Yes. Okay, so we're going to mark off. This is just the first time I'm using all of these things, so I'm learning this together, but we have the special rules marked off on that, which is great. And then it also says... That's all right. Come on, Dane. We're going to let Dane join on the hunt. Gain ally card and then Deepwood event card 7. Come on, Dane. What number are you, buddy? He's ally card 3. Let's all meet Dane, everyone. Here he is. Dane! Yeah! Young guard Dane. And then we're going to add some event cards to our decks. So that said, Deepwood event card 7 and city event 17. Okay, Deepwood event 7, city card 17. Dane! Dane! The man they call Dane. He robs from the rich and he gives to the poor. Dane, the man they call Dane. Yep, done.
You look after the tree.
So we're checking our compass. This item is near sacred to you as well as all free companies. You steel yourself and head in. Add a time token to the track. All Oathsworn gain a redraw token. Do not trigger any effects on the time track. Cool. We got 2 reroll tokens. We got 1 empower token. That's nice. The trail is not hard to follow. The sickly brush is torn and trampled by many feet. A few hundred yards from the city walls, you come across a large circular depression littered with scraps and bones, and then you see her. The hulking rat-like form of the brood mother. She is twice the height of a man. Twice the height of a man! Her back undulates with rats that swarm around her. At her feet is the torn body of a woman. This must be the woman Dane was looking for. The brood mother lifts her huge snout, testing the air. Her great head of rotten fur and gnawing teeth rolls around you. Yes, mystery chest! Proceed to the chapter 1 encounter in the chapter book. I did say that. Encounter! Cool. We did it at time 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's correct. That's good. I had gone off campaign gains, cheeky mungcat. I had. But there's a time and a place for everything, and you just got to find your time. We are getting the extra unique item, which is nice. So I'll mark that off on my app. All right, so Dane joins our free company as an ally along with our man-at-arms. And we are good to go with our setup. So let's look at this guy. This is Oathsworn. This is Oathsworn. So you just have your basic cards for each of these characters in the first encounter. So I'm not going to worry too much about talking about those. There's my dice tray. So the priest, defense 5, 6 wounds, 2 reroll tokens, an empower token, and a defense token. Pig Iron Coat and the Great Maul. When you're critical with the Great Maul, that's always a very nice option. We might do some cheeky stuff in this first turn, actually. When you're critical during an attack, it would be good to use that. Okay, so let's sort of talk about each of the characters and what they do. So the Cur, here's our board set up, by the way. We're all good. So the Cur is big damage, big single target damage, not very good at multi AoE targeting, but will be fantastic at killing the boss. Does lots of damage when it attacks from behind. Great character, fun. Builds up a thing called lethality tokens that you can expend to turn all your dice into black dice and murder stuff. The priest, healer, but not much healing in this game. It's not really a healing game. So instead, sort of more of a support, helping everyone else type of guy, but can potentially do some healing. So we'll potentially do a heal on the Huntress a little bit later on. Speaking of the Huntress, she's a complex character. So she uses these little falcons and she puts them out on cards, enemies, models, and those falcons can do passive things when they're on other people. And finally the Warbear, she's just obviously your tanky brute, but she's actually got an AoE, which is useful in this scenario. So each of the hero companions have a companion card, which looks like this. And so they've got 2 special abilities that they can use. The top one is pretty awesome. All friendly characters within range 3 may gain an empowered token or move 2. Great. And then you've got an AoE effect, which is also great. So fantastic. The priest, you do get to choose these like at the start of the encounter, I think. I forget, it's been a while. But because they're actually double-sided, so you could also have this one. They usually have one that's the same and then one's different. So this makes the priest a little bit more of an attacker. So he's got a heal, and then he's also got this one, which is attack, and you can get a shield or a reroll. Pretty powerful. But this one is everyone just gains a passive reroll, empower, or defense. That's hard to pass up for me in a game when this guy is going to be a little friend, support friend. So yes, and then that's pretty much it. So the items that they've got, you can't see the Cur's items, but he's got 2 of these little things, 2 of these little bone knives. When you're critical during an attack that hits, you can battle flow a card if you want to use one of them. Great. And he's got 2 armor. This chick's going to use a short bow, so we've got a little bit of range and 2 armor. Now, let's just double check that I haven't missed anything in the encounter setup. I don't think I have, but yeah. So you got to choose your weapons and stuff. Encounter setup. Yep, mark extra unique. Did that. Archive that. Place the event decks. Yep, take the game board. Alright, take the token tray, take the dice bag, take the card up. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah. Might cube's done. Open the encounter book to your current chapter. Take the special rules board, and we did actually get to see that for free. And place the encounter board. Done. Take the 15 stage cards. Place them face down left. Build your hand of cards. Yeah, so you do that. And then if you're playing with any companions, select one of their unlocked archetype cards, turn the special rules board, place the encounter, place your free company models in the game board, choose an Oathsworn to take the lead. They will take the first turn in each round. So we'll choose the priest. Great, we're not ambushed. So let's just zoom in on the special rules. You probably won't be able to see too much of the writing, but that should be okay because I'll read most of it when it happens. But the brood mother has a special rule called Release the Brood, which makes everyone run out the back of her. Little broodlings fall off her back. And then the giant rats are minions, so they'll attack as well. And she's got a defense of 2 red and 3 yellows for her attacks, and 6 health in 5 locations, including the front and the rear, which do have location symbols, which usually means that if you take them out, sometimes their cards will be less effective. So we'll shuffle this deck, and this is the card that will be on top. And we'll show that off, and it is a Gnaw. Release the Brood. Yeah, so there you can see she's doing a chomp attack with her mouth. So if we break the location, as in we kill that dice on her mouth, that attack rolls 1 less of her most powerful dice, which in this case is a red dice. So it will only roll 1 red and 3 yellows. And they always use cards, so I'll shuffle the cards. Yeah, and then I think we're pretty much good to go. One of the things I like to do with this game is just do fun stuff. I think you can play this game quite strategically using the cards. The cards give you full information. You're allowed to look through the discard pile. So you can have full information the more that the mission goes on if you use the cards. I'm going to use the dice mostly because they're super fun. And the way I roll, it generally works out better for me anyway. But we shall see. I may switch to cards because at certain points, I think there's moments, and that's one of the great things about this game is you actually have the choice. You can decide to just switch to dice. You can even go some dice, some cards if you want. Like if you're a crazy lunatic, you can do that. All right. My characters have lots of cards. Let's have a look at some of the cards. Not the dice tray, some of the cards. So the Huntress, we'll start with her. So this is this is one of the things that an interrupt. So the little hand symbol means it's an interrupt. So if an enemy within range 5 draws damage against a friendly character and there's falcons on the enemy, you can make them re-draw one of their might cards. Really powerful, and so often an incentive to get the falcons out early on the boss. Very useful card. Goes into battle flow position 3 though, so you don't get to use it as often as you would like. Her other battle flow 3 card is this one, which is called Flight of Feathers. So that one is, you don't get to do the move 1, because we're using a bow, but you still get to send 2 falcons on us to new targets. Then you make an attack. Now we're using a bow. Pew pew. Then it also attacks, because you pick your target, and then it also attacks enemies within range 5 with a falcon on them. So each enemy can only be targeted by this attack once. You may draw a maximum of 4 might cards, attack once and apply to all targets. It cannot miss. One of the reasons I really like this chick, she cannot miss, but you make critical. So the falcons are basically going to be a little bit of AoE clearing for me, as well as some cool stuff. This is our first level 2 battle flow card. Again, target a character within range 5, send 1 or 2 falcons to the target. If they're a friendly character, you can move them, but if they are not a friendly character, they suffer knockback X. X is equal to twice the number of falcons on them. Send up to 2 falcons to new targets. Guess Guess which broodmother is going to get slammed into some cheeky little rats and pop their faces off? Oh yes, it's the falconer. Swoop, pretty fun card. Target any enemy within range 5 again. So she's a range attacker. I think in this game you need to have a balance of tank, ranged, melee, and then support. I'm revolutionary here. I'm revolutionising fucking boss battling, aren't I? But yeah, so this is my range attacker. So again, can only draw 4 cards. Cannot miss, but made critical. Very, very cool. Then our 2 level 1 cards are Ryland Rake. So that one is again, send 2 falcons on you to a target and then turn to face the target any direction. Useful for the cur, who wants to attack in the rear. Gains a bleed token. If the target has 2 or more bleed tokens, remove 1 and they lose a health. You get an attack out of it, so it's not too bad. Then this one, which is probably the best card, friendly characters. Each friendly character with a falcon on them may move 2, and then you make an attack. So you get extra moves. So it's basically you get an attack for, if you want to think of it, 0 cost, because to move 2 spaces for each of those characters would cost you 2 animus. So it's kind of a free attack. Great card. And then your 0 cost card, which is generic to everyone, pretty much the same. I didn't really explain battle flow, but the way that this game works, which is different to every other game, which is great, is each of your character boards, and we can zoom in on the falconer, the huntress, has a battle flow location, 0, 1, 2, 3. And when you play a card, it goes into the battle flow location that you play it into, and it will stay there. It doesn't ever leave that spot. So to refresh your cards, you actually need to play another card into that spot. When you play a card into a spot that already has cards, all those cards move to the next lowest spot. And if you get them to 0, at the start of your turn, any cards in 0 will come back into your hand. Now, there's other ways to battle flow cards. For example, this Wind Strike has battle flow 1 card as one of its options, and that happens after you play it. So for example, if I had this Hunter's Call here, and I go, I'm going to play Wind Strike, I'm going to battle flow 1 card. This card slides to here, and then this hits 0, and this comes back into our hand. So what you find is that you are not always going to have 7 cards in your hand. You're going to be flowing with the tempo of the battle, which is, I guess, what this is meant to represent, where you'll sometimes have more cards, you'll be discarding cards, you'll be doing lots of interesting things. It's a really clever system, and there's more nuance to it as well, because each of the cards also has a defense value down the bottom that you can discard them for, or battle flow them basically. So this one would battle flow to location 2, triggering battle flow when you do play them for that. And that adds 2 defense to your thing. But what you're doing then is you're focusing more on defense, which means you're not getting to use your cool cards. Really cool system. Let's look at the Curse cards, and then we will get started, because I'm keen to get started. We'll do it in the same order, which is the level 3. So Night Shade, more relevant since Wednesday's been out. If targeting the enemy's flank or rear, you gain an attack with an empowered 3. So that means you get to level up 3 dice. So because let's say I'm rolling 3 whites, I could then roll 3 yellows, or I could roll 1 black and not miss. And if this attack causes the enemy to draw a reaction card, all attacks from that enemy during that reaction draw 1 less might card. Player's choice. So you can whack them with that card, and then their retaliation is less powerful. Their other level 3 card is Smoke Bomb, which is another interrupt. Pick a friendly character within range 3. They cannot be the primary target of any enemy this phase. Pretty cool. Or you can use it for an attack at 2 cost. It's fine. Concealment, another interrupt. So this guy's all about interrupts. and big damage. You cannot be the primary target of the enemy if it's in its rear arc. Great. Before you attack an enemy in the rear, just discard this, get a redraw, and a lethality token on this attack. What? Sick. Low blow. Another interrupt. After an adjacent enemy draws damage, kick them where it hurts, forcing them to redraw any 2 cards. Very nice. Very, very powerful. So if we're combining the Kerr with his redraws with the Falcons and their redraws, we can potentially have quite a lot of missed attacks from the big brood mother. And yeah, the lethality tokens are basically used just to empower as well. 3 more cards, backstab, plus 5 damage if attacking an enemy's rear. That's huge. So yeah. And that is my other favourite one in this mission, which is just a little bit of splash damage, throwing daggers. Unarmed means you can only roll white dice, you don't use your might. This guy doesn't have any might at the moment anyway. And he's not actually throwing his axe or his weapons, he's just carrying lots of little knives. And you can empower that. So you could use your lethality tokens to go, yeah, I'll turn that into 3 blacks. And just go pew pew. Pretty cool. But you can't target the broodmother's dice, 2 different dice at the same time. And then just your usual battle flow, shank, 1 cost thing. Great. Alright, I think we're good to go. I don't think I've missed anything. It's a sick game. I'm excited to be playing it, but I will forget stuff. So hopefully people can remind me if I get stuff wrong. Okay, so the heroes always go first. So our turn sequence is the refresh phase. So we're going to gain Animus equal to our regen value, which is 6 for our main characters and 2 for both of these little guys. So the priest is going first, and the priest is going to use 1 of their Animus to give all Oathsworn or allies within range 3 either a reroll, an empower, or a shield token. We will take an empower token, 1, 2, 3, 4. So everyone in range now has an empower token. And because of me being very good at this game, I have deployed such that the priest is here, the thing is here, maybe if I zoom in, yeah. Priest, Ursus, chick. I might just try and add just a tiny little bit more light to that. Cool. Best I can do. When you move this tree out of the way, you get more light. G'day in parting. But the trees look so sick. The angle looks so sick. All the models are painted. Yeah, the broodmother looks champion. It's great. What a great game. Okay, so the priest has given everyone a little buff. Fantastic. Now, the warbear is going to give all friendly characters within range 3 a move 2 or gain an empower token. So we're going to gain an empower token on hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm actually not going to do that. How long did it take me to paint them? The full paint throughs of all of those characters are on my YouTube channel on the Painting Oathsworn stream, and you can see how long it took me to paint all of those characters. I averaged about an hour and a half for each of them, which is recorded, so you can see the evidence of that. All right, let's do the Huntress. So we're going to nip over here, and we're going to look at the card that I want to play. So I want to play the one that makes the guy knockback. So it's this one. So first thing, we need to be in range 5. Now, if we have a look at the board, you can see that we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces away. So we're going to spend 1 animus to move forward 1 space. We're now in range 5. So we'll come back here. So she spends 1 animus to play this card. Sorry, to move, and then she spends 2 animus to play this card. So she's going to play Clamp On. So it says target a character within range 5. We're going to target the Broodmother, send 1 or 2 falcons to the target. We're just going to send 1 Broodmother. Knock back X in any direction. X is equal to twice the number of falcons on them. We have 1 falcon, so we're going to do knock back 2. However, the Broodmother is a big monster, and so it only gets knocked back 1. It's going to knock back, boop, into all of those monsters. Boop, boop, boop. And kill all of them. And then we're going to also plink a damage off the Broodmother's buttocks, because she slams into all those monsters, and I think she also destroys the tree, actually, because they were all adjacent to her. Yep. Cool. Nice way to start. Nice way to start. So we've still got 3 animus for her, but remember, we don't actually need to do characters in any specific order. So we can go, yeah, okay, sweet. So she's done. Now I'm going to move over here. So what we might do with the Warbear now is actually go and try and smack that face piece off, because if you can clear the face, it's going to reduce a lot of the damage. So the Warbear is going to use 1 of its animus to move 4. It's in prime position. 1, 2, 3, 4, right into the face of the Broodmother. And then it's going to use its animus to make an attack. So with movement 4, we've done our move 4 with 1. The companions are so easy to run. It's a really great system. The companions are a breeze. So we can roll 1 yellow dice from our might, and then as many white dice as we want, but we're going to use this Empower token. So we went like this. We can then add a yellow and a red instead of those. So that, we might add a white too. If we critical, we're going to use this Felling Axe. Remember, you get to keep these tokens if the attack misses. So my dice tray has 1 white, 2 yellows and a red, and we're going to make an attack. I've got 2 reroll tokens for this attack. So we're going to roll a 2, a 3 and a 3, but I did not critical. So the question is, do I want to reroll that white? I would have really liked to have killed that card, actually. That would have been great. G'day, Zoe. Yeah, there's no downside to me re-rolling this and trying to get a crit. We're a 1 in 6, but if we roll a 2, then it's an extra wound anyway. So we're basically a 1 in 5. Yeah, we'll try re-rolling. Okay, so 2, 4, 10. And so the way damage works in this game, if we go over to the boss, so we're attacking the front here. Her defense is 2. So you count up all the damage that you've done, and then you divide it by their defense. So I did 10 divided by 2 is 5 damage. So we take 5 wounds off that dice, leaving it with 1 wound left. The Warbear is out of Animus, and she's used her reroll token and her Empower token, but she did not use her Felling Axe, so that's okay. What's the easiest way to just do 1 damage? It's probably the Cur just throwing his little daggers, isn't it? Just a little dagger throw. Because if we break that location, then it's 1 less dice when it attacks with its card, which is Gnaw. Let's have a look at the Cur. I think we might throw some daggers. We do still have 3 dice on the Huntress, so we could play a card that just does damage there. Backstab. Don't need that. Concealment, smoke bomb. Yeah, throwing daggers is only 2 thing. It's range 3, unarmed. So I would be able to get there, but maybe not. Let's look at my huntress instead. So we can just attack with swoop. Send target any enemy within range 5. Send a falcon on you to the enemy. The falcon attacks the target. The falcon has your might, but may only draw 4 cards. Send up to 2 falcons and new targets. I don't really want her to break the location, but sure. Or we could just play Ryle and Rake, which is... We're not in range at the moment. Yeah, alright. So we're going to play Swoop, which is another 2. So we're going to spend 2 there. That's going to battle flow that card, and I'll show you the card. So target any enemy within range 5. Send a falcon on you to the enemy. So we do have a falcon on us. So we're going to send it over there. The falcon has your might, but may only draw 4 cards. Guess what? We're going to draw 4 because it can't miss. This is going to attack the front, and we roll 3 crits. Delightful. But we only needed to do 1, so it doesn't carry over. So we are going to smash this boss dice, which clears that, and that triggers a reaction. So we'll just make sure I got the steps on this right. Pretty sure I have, but yeah. Reaction, I want to leave here. When breaking a location, when this happens, perform the following steps in order. Check the encounter special rules to see if the thing changes. It doesn't. It needs to be at 4 dice. Oh no. Yeah, no, 2 dice. If the stage changes, no. If the stage is empty, no. Important. Whether or not the stage changes, draw and resolve all steps of the top card of the stage deck with the character who broke the location as the target. This is known as a reaction. Minions do not trigger reactions unless it is stated. Then you turn the next stage card face up. So, let's do that. Let's trigger this gnaw. So we're going to release the brood. That's the first thing that's going to happen. And so that means we put 3 little rats at the rear, at the most rear locations of this. Great, 3 little rats. Then we're going to move 7 to the target. So the target is the Huntress, which is here, and it always targets, it's a pretty cool system, it always targets the most northern or western hex, so it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 like so. That actually gets it into range of my character. It doesn't do anything if it would have hit the warbear, so we're fine. And then it's going to make the attack. The attack says, attack with the face, and then it's going to move 3 to the southwest. So attacking the face, that's now here. Attacking the face is really good for us because we've damaged that location. Now remember, we've also got the ability to hinder to make them redraw. Whew. After an enemy draws damage. Ooh, ooh. This could be good. Hang on, what is it? What me smoke bomb? Do I need to be within range 3 for that? After an adjacent enemy draws damage. Okay, got to be an adjacent enemy for that. That's fine. Oh, he's got one other one, I think. I think he's got another one. Hasn't he got 2? Before an enemy, you cannot be the primary target. Kick him where it hurts. Before an enemy selects a target. No. Sweet. Alright, so we're going to draw cards. So she draws 1 red, and then she draws 3 yellow. And I like to turn these over one at a time. Now, we do have the option to play a card for defense, But because I've got my falcons on there and I have that card in hand, I can potentially tank this, maybe. But it's probably not worth trying to tank this card. So I'm going to play a defense card, which will be Flight of Feathers. 0 cost when you play him as a defense, and it gets me 3 defense onto my thing. So I'm now defense 5. So even if this attack does a lot, it's probably not going to kill me. I've only got 4 wounds, you see, so I'm feeling a little bit cautious. All right, the first one, a 2. The second one, a 1. The third one, a 1. And the red is a 4. All right, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Our defense is 5, so that's 1 wound. If I force a redraw on this and it's a 0, it's 0 wounds. And I think that is actually worth doing. So I am going to play my Hinder. And the reason I think it's worth doing is because it also battle flows this card to here. I want to battle flow my card. So if we draw a red and it's a 0, this will be a great decision. Yes! Great decision from the big dog. 0 damage. What about that for a great play? All right, did that do anything else? Hinder. For each falcon on the enemy, redraw one of their might cards, your choice. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. We'll redraw the 2. Oh, into a 3. Oh, do we have to redraw it? For each falcon on the your choice. No, I'm going to say no. We don't have to redraw it. I was definitely not redrawing that. So that falcon comes back to me. How good's that? And that's it. So that card is now concluded. The Gnaw. Oh, sorry. Move 3 to the southwest. So they're each marked. Great stuff. 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be here, facing that way, and it's going to smash that tree. Yeah, good flip. Happy with that. So the Huntress still has 1 Animus left. So we could move away, but what we might do is get the Priest in position to be the tank. This is what card is coming up next. It's another Gnaw. Okay, that's good. It's going to release the Brood first. The Priest still has 1 Animus, could move 4, could get into melee range and tank, which would be great. And then do we send the Cur in to try and do a big swing now? Alternatively, we could just use the Cur for some throwing daggers. Range 3. So if we get to here, 1, 2, 3. So we need to get to this spot here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we wouldn't have enough Animus to play the throwing daggers card. Backstab, no. Low blow, concealment. Ooh, we could do something fun. We could try and smoke bomb. We could smoke bomb the Warbear. That'd be fun. Smoke bomb. And those little guys would do nothing to him. That's pretty cool, actually. Hang on, let me make sure that works. 1, 2, because these guys are movement 6. Movement 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I get her to here, that guy's out. If he goes 1, 2 to here, he's here. This guy's 1, 2. Okay, so he's going to be the primary target. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so he's going to get plinked if we smoke bomb the Warbear. It's pretty good though. I don't mind that. It does reduce the amount of attacks coming in. Not by a lot though. All right, I'm worried about releasing the Brood here, so because we're going to have that poor Huntress getting smoked. So yeah, all right, we're just going to move the Priest. He's going to spend 1 Animus and he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's adjacent, so he's done. The Warbear has completely finished her action. So the Cur, I think we're just going to move into position like so. 2 Animus. And that lets us smoke bomb, or yeah, I could potentially smoke bomb the Huntress if I want to keep her safe, which might happen. Yeah. Hey, Fen. Yeah, fun game. Enjoy this one. Alright, so that's the end of the our turn. So the Oathsworn are done. We don't have any Animus or any injury cards. We're all done with our item cards. Yep, so we go on to the encounter enemy phase. So we're going to do another Gnaw. So releasing the Brood. Goes into the 3 rear locations. Bang, bang, bang. And then move 7 to her target. Her target is the priest, so she's just going to move like so to the priest, and then going to attack the priest with the chomped weapon. So we're going to draw 1 red. We're going to draw 1, 2, 3 yellows. I know one of those yellows is bad. We're not going to play any defense cards because it's a companion and we can't. So a blank, a 3, 5, 6, 7. So that's 1 damage because all of the companions are 5 armor. So we'll just take 1 damage on the priest, and that's nice. You pretty much want your companions to be tanking where possible. They're much better at it because they start with a passive +2 armor. And so they're just innately better. And then the defense tokens are pretty impactful for them as well. Great. So then move 3 to the southeast. Unfortunately for us, the southeast is going to do some fun things with the board. So 1, 2, 3. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So I think she's going to move like so. He's going to move like that. He's going to move like that. Great. That's 1, 2, that's 1, 2, so it's going to target the Warbear. Oh no, the Warbear's about to get pummeled. So that's the end of that card. So that card goes to the discard pile, and now the little ratties attack. So you can do the rats you can do the movement in a really, they actually make a provision for this in the rulebook, which I think is possibly one of my favourite things that they've got. And it's called intuitive movement. Alternative movement rules. Intuitive movement, you just basically try to do the best thing you can. You can get caught in the weeds sometimes with trying to do the right thing, but yeah, so these guys are pretty obvious. They're just going to go here like so. This guy, he's either going to attack her or her, so he's going to go there. Going to attack the priest, and this guy will go 1, 2, 3 to the priest. Yep, that's all correct. So there you go. So we're attacking the priest with 2 rats. So we'll flip 1, 2 yellows and 1, 2 whites. So the priest has got 5 armor. So the priest is taking another damage. A shield token would not do anything with that. So we'll go down to 4 health on the priest. And then on the Warbear, it's taking 4 this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like a promising start. Oh no, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 5 and 7 is 12. So that's still only 2 damage, even if we were to play our shield token. So we won't worry about playing the shield token. If it was 11, we would have actually gotten only 1 damage out of that. So that's fine. And that is all of their turn. We flip their next card and it's called Tail Whip. But we go back to our turn now for the good guys. The good guys, so refresh phase, we replenish our Animus. Getting most of my Animus available to spend here is great. No battle flow there at all. Unfortunate. But we should be able to get this happening again. Could do some knockback. That could be nice. The priest goes first. The priest is not in range of everyone, unfortunately. So maybe we won't do... I don't think you have to do the priest first. So let's just do the warbear. She'll just swing with her felling axe using the area effect swipe. And we'll kill 3 little guys here. Hopefully. So she's 1 yellow, and then you get +1 damage for each enemy hit. So I actually don't need to roll any dice. So I'll just roll a yellow, because they're only 1 damage each. Cool. 1, 2, 3. So all of those are plinked. Get out of here, little rats. And now the warbear will move on from him. So I think we're going to do the huntress. So let's... So if we battle flow a card... Oh no, if we use Hunter's Call, everyone could move 2. Then you attack. But let's battle flow a card first. Yeah. So we're going to battle flow. Knockback doesn't really help me. Yeah. So we're going to battle flow this swoop onto location 1. Playing Wind Strike costs us 1 Animus. And then we're going to play yeah, we're going to play Ryle and Rake. And we're going to send a Hunter. Sorry, so that goes into position 1. It costs us 4 Animus. And send 1 or 2 Falcons on you to friendly characters. Each friendly character with a Falcon on them may move 2. So the reason I want to do that is I want to move the warbear 1, 2 into position to attack a second time. So the warbear's got a Falcon. Follow me, caca. And then she gets to make an attack. So her attack, and this then battle flows all of these cards into position. Her attack is 1 yellow, but I think we're going to empower this attack. 1 yellow. I've got 2 empower dice, so let's use both of them. So this is 1 yellow, which will turn into 1 yellow. So if I was just working with this situation, I could turn all those into yellow, and then I could turn all those into reds. I probably don't need to do that. So maybe I just go yellow, yellow, red. No, let's do it. Red. 1, 2, 3, black, and 2 reds. Nice. Okay, so she's got 1 reroll token. This attack is not one of her Falcon ones, so this one actually can miss. And that would be bad if it did. But she is in range, and she is attacking the left flank with this attack. Okay, so she will re-roll, I think, with this re-roll token. Oh, that was about to flip into a crit. 6, so that's 3 damage on the left flank. Not her best roll. The re-roll token goes away. Attack didn't miss though. And she will probably then just move 2 spaces to get out of dodge, because she is feeling quite fragile with her one card. So she'll move 1, 2 and get out of there. All right, the cur is probably going to use throwing daggers to pop a couple of little guys. But yeah, let's try and now do a normal attack with the war bear. And we'll empower this as well. So we've got a yellow, and a red. And this one will also be on that same flank. No, this will be this will be the rear or the flank. We're adjacent to both. So we'll attack the rear because I think we're going to do a fair bit of damage. The war bear! Alright, well let's roll the critical on the red first. And we're actually going to roll 2 criticals because we're going to flip our felling axe. 2 criticals! Alright, so that's 10, which is 5 damage, which smashes the thing already. So we will not use our reroll token. Come on! So we're smashing the tail, which means this tail whip's going to do nothing. Okay. This is the best. Alright, so tail whip is going to happen. So first of all, we smash that dice. So we're down to 2 dice. Oh, the tail whip's not actually going to happen because we're going to drop to stage 2. So when you have done 2 wounds, stage 2 triggers. So we're going to shuffle the stage 2 deck. And then we're going to flip this card and it's going to be Maternal Rage. Release the brood. So she's going to put out 3 more little rats. What we need is more rats on this board. Yep, so it'll go there. And then she's going to turn to him. Like that. And then she's going to attack with a normal attack. But fortunately for us, we've broken that location. And so that is going to do very little damage, hopefully. So it's 1, 2, 3 yellows and 1 red. We have a shield token if we need it. 0, 0, 5. Okay, so if we spend a shield token, this does no damage. So we'll spend a shield token and do no damage. The warbear tanking like a champion. Change target to the next closest enemy. So that is going to be the rogue, the cur. I could smoke bomb and stop that from attacking us so it attacks the priest. The priest has 4 health but is a little bit more hardy. But I haven't used any dice, any cards yet, so maybe we'll be okay if the cur... He's on 6 health. Yep, so the cur takes it. And the reason the cur is the target is because of the rule of north and west. So this guy is the next closest, but he's in the northernmost hex, so he's going to be the target. Move forward to the new target and then attack again. So it's the same deal. 1, 2, 3 yellows. We have to decide if we're going to play a defense card before we draw these. So we will play a defense card because we have a full hand. And I don't think we need a 3 defense. Maybe Nightshade. I'd like to use that this turn so it draws a less reaction card. Attacking that flank. Yeah, so I'm gonna play the smoke bomb as a defense card. So it's 3 defense taking us to 5. And so this is 0, 0, 2, 0. Oh, what a waste. But still no damage, so we'll take no damage. That's great. We'll shuffle our yellow deck back. Boop. And that stage card is now complete. And so we now draw a new stage card, and this one is called Mother's Meal. Oh, this is going to heal a location. So we want to smash that dice so that it doesn't heal the location. So we need to be on the left side, is that right? Yeah, so if we go to the front, if we move one hex, then we can choose any position. Okay, let's go. It's cur time. It's cur time, baby. Yeah, we're going to use Nightshade. Okay, so the cur's just going to spend one. We haven't looked at the cur much. He's just been sort of hanging back, doing rogue things. So he's going to move into the front. Now, when you're in the front and the stage card front location has already been smacked, you can target any dice that's adjacent to it. So we're going to target the flank, and we're targeting this flank dice with our attack. Potentially. We're about to throw some little daggers, though, first. I think, because we need to get rid of some of these rats before this guy has his turn. The priest hasn't gone yet, that's a good point. Good point. She's going to eat a rat. I love this game. Alright, so yeah, we're just going to attack the flank or rear. We don't have any lethality tokens at the moment, but we're going to gain one. So we're going to use this Nightshade. Bang. We're going to play this into this location. That's going to battle flow that. When it happens, let's read Nightshade so you can see what it is. Yeah, so we get an empowered +3. So that basically means that our 3 white dice that we're going to roll are now 3 yellows. However, we could potentially spend our little empower token to gain another. A little lethality token to gain another one. But we're not going to. Instead, we're going to spend this one. So we're going to go up to 3 reds. So this is overkill on this attack, but I want to make sure of this because this card triggers really good things when the reaction card comes. So he's literally going to draw 3 yellow dice on us, which is nice. So 3 reds. 2 reroll tokens in hand. And we roll a critical. This card cost us 1, 2, 3 to play. Perfect. So we critical. So we're now going to use one of our bone knives as well, which is when you critical during the attack that hits, battle flow 1 card. So I will. I will battle flow this card. And this also goes into location 2. So we have 1 lethality token. Very nice. And that's 7 damage, by the way. I don't even need to roll the critical because 7 damage is enough to break the location, which you can see has only got 3 health left, 2 armor. 7 divided by 2 is 3.5, which is 3 damage. So that location is broken, which means the Broodmother is going to use her next card. Nightshade goes there. And that's it. Empowered. If this attack causes the enemy to draw a reaction card, all attacks from that enemy during that reaction draw 1 less might card. Great. Let's do this card, shall we? Release the brood. Oh, how many rats does one stupid Broodmother need? So many rats. Thank you, What Tyrant. Yes, had a great Crimson Brush. Was a wonderful time. So many rats. So many rats that need to be destroyed. Move 7 to the farthest rat and consume it. Well, unfortunately for this boss, so she's going to move up to this rat here, northernmost, so they're both going to get pushed. She's going to move to that rat, then she's going to eat it, and she's going to heal her most wounded die. Oh, she can't remove, you can't get her locations back. Oh. She cannot restore broken body parts. Then she's going to move forward to her target. Her target was the person who did that damage to her, which is the cur. And she's then going to chomp the cur. But this is a reaction card, and because of our thing, she is just going to roll 3 yellows. The question is, do I play a defense card? I want to keep my daggers. I want to keep my backstab. Does go into location 1 though. So yeah, I'll play that for 2. Absolutely. How's the rat father taking care of business? He's just out getting stuff done. All right, so this is just going to be 3 yellows. So I'm defense 4. I'd love to not take too many damage from this. How about 0? I didn't even need to play that defense card. Oh, that's aggravating. Okay, the problem what we know now though is that the yellows are likely to draw higher on average because there's 3 low cards in there gone. There's 18 cards per deck. 3 of them are misses, 3 of them are 1s, 3 of them are 1s. 6 misses, sorry. So there's 4 misses remaining and 2 1s remaining. So the cards are really good for the enemies. And yes, I think Sonka Hagen was saying before that, yeah, you play, if you decide to roll dice for the enemies, it's chaos, absolute chaos. All right, still our turn. We need to get on rat clearing duty urgently. I don't have any animus tokens, so I can't do any cheap stuff, cheap, easy stuff. The priest is pretty locked in down here. We can't do a heal. Ooh, we could knock back with the priest. That'll kill at least 1 other rat. Yeah, the cards, yeah, I roll dice all the time because I roll like a champion, whatever game it is. So, all right, the cur, I think we want to do throwing daggers. Yeah. Yep, so we're going to do throwing dagger with the curs. It's 2 animus to do that. And it's going to battle flow that card, 2 animus. And that card is going to be an unarmed attack. So I could spend a lethality token here. But I've got 2 rerolls up my sleeve. So I think we're just going to roll 3 whites. I just basically need to hit 2 damage. And if I do that, I can kill 2 little rats in range 3. Which would be nice. So let's do that. Let's just roll enough to do, yeah, there you go. That's how it's done. 2 dead wats. So throwing daggers slides in there. This rat, 1, 2, 3. This rat, 1, 2, 3. If you do damage with that card, you gain a lethality token. Cur's going well so far. Has 2 animus left. Could run away. But maybe we might battle flow a card with 1 animus, and that'll bring all our cards back into hand, which might be nice. Yeah. So I'm going to spend 1 animus to battle flow this card, and then I'm going to play that into slot 0, and that's going to bring all of those back into hand. So I do have my smoke bomb ready to go. I've only got 1 animus. I didn't gain any bonus animus tokens, so I can't do anything with that. So the cur's pretty much done with 2 lethality tokens. The huntress has no animus left, so she's in a bit of trouble. She's only got 1 card, but fortunately she's the furthest away. So that's nice. Warbear's probably in a bit of trouble. Burst. So the priest can kill 3, basically. The priest has a card for knockback. When you critical during an attack that hits, add 2 damage and knock back 2 to the attack. And has a lot of ability to re-roll dice, so we should be able to make that happen. That'll kill 2 rats, and then he can hopefully just attack the other one and kill that. So that'll leave a total of 3 rats on the board, which will then become 6 because of Release the Brood on this top card. Now, if I had have done things in a slightly different order, we probably could have got the priest into a position to smack with his great club and knock back and maybe kill quite a few rats. But as it stands, we're not going to be able to do that. So yeah, I think the best option is just to attack. So we'll do that. We're going to empower our first attack, which will be yellow, yellow, red. So that kills this guy. And then we will do the same on our next one. Targeting that guy. We'll re-roll this. No critical. Okay. So we're only killing 2. Kill him. Priest is going to take a little bit of damage. But that's it for the Oathsworn turn. So let's hope things go okay for the good guys in this turn. The boss card. Draw and resolve the top stage card. Knockback's awesome in this fight. Release the brood. 3 more rats coming to attack my priesty priest. He's going to be swarmed. Move 3 northeast. Well, that's going to push all of my friends further away. So northeast is 1, 2, 3 up to here. So we'll place her like that. That like that. All right. Good. And then, unfortunately, the priest is about to get exploded. She then bursts the rat closest to an Oathsworn. I probably could have run away so this didn't actually cause any of my guys to get hurt. But yes, so we go for the rule of north and east. So this is the rat that's actually going to get exploded. We need a acid fog template. There it is. So that rat dies. And enemies in the area suffer an attack from the broodmother immediately. So that rat has burst. She's going to be flipping 2 reds and 3 yellows. Now, I may have... The cur is adjacent, and so the cur could actually use its low blow if we need to. So this is low blow. We'll keep this in mind. It's so good, Fen. Do it. How is Dante, by the way? I've started looking for a copy. Is it something I should continue looking for a copy? Or should I cool my enthusiasm? Yes, all right. So this attack. So I have the ability to low blow. So we will potentially use that. So we've got a 3, a 2, and a blank, followed by a blank and a 3. So right now the priest is taking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 damage. But if I force him to re-roll, flip this, now what happens with that? Do I gain a lethality token? Hey, Bravo, thank you. Gain a lethality token for each blank that is drawn. I can't get worse than that, so we probably flip that one. We've seen quite a few red misses, haven't we? We've seen 3 red misses, and there is red 4s, crit 4s in that one. It's only 1 damage, so I don't need to play low blow. But I think I'm going to, because the priest is about to get a big attack from the rats. So yeah, I think we'll do that. So we're going to play low blow, which goes up here and battle flows my bone dagger into spot 2. So we're going to force the broodmother to redraw that yellow into a 3, so no different. And we'll try redrawing that red into a 4. Okay, so it's still 1 wound. We don't get any lethality tokens, which is a shame. We kicked it in the nuts and it just laughed at us. If you want to see my paint jobs, I did a video. I'm going to share the video of my Oathsworn paint jobs because it's really good. It's really good. It's on my page, but I'm going to find it for you all because I can. I played Origin Story last night. It was tremendous. It's one of my favourite games that I've played this year. That's not a strong statement, but it is. I've played a lot of games this year. Doesn't sound like a strong statement, does it? Painting Oathsworn full paints. Painting Oathsworn. Here's the playlist. Pretty sure, yeah, there we go. Alright, so here's the full playlist if you want to watch that. But the video that's got my full finished paint jobs is this one. And you can see them zoomed up and spun around and using my high def camera, which really struggles with this sort of stuff. Okay, so is that the end of that card? I think it is. Yes, so now the rats are going to go. So chomp, 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 chomp. Oh, actually, if we do that, no, it's fine. It's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chomp to there. So we've got 5 rats attacking me priest, and this guy's going to go 1, 2 on the cur, and that's it. Haha. I'm glad. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is on the priest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have an armor token here, so we'll have a look at this based on what we flip. 0, 1, 2, 3, 0. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So playing an armor token doesn't help us. It's still 2 wounds, which takes the priest down to 1. And then on the cur, it's 0 and 0. Great. Good work, cur. Okay, so now if we are clever, we can finish it in this turn. So the next stage card is Encourage, but that one won't get shown because if we smash it up, so replenish, replenish 6, replenish 6, battle flow these cards into hand, battle flow this card into hand. Yep, so if we're clever, the priest won't have to worry. Maybe. So the war bear, no, it'd be really good to get the priest out of there. Okay, so I think the falcon has got to get some stuff done. So the falcons are, one's on the war bear and one's on the brood mother. Okay, so if we played clamp on, that would let us take the 2 falcons to us, and then we could play swoop to have the falcon attack for 2, and then rile and rake. Yeah, so that should get most of it done. But we don't have any empower tokens, so this is just going to be, it's the falcons, so they don't need them. The cur has to be our last attack. The Ursus would also be good for an attack. What I'd really like to do is get the priest over there. The priest is actually in range and has his maul for knockback. Got 2 lethality tokens on the cur. So the cur is almost certainly going to do the damage in the last swing. So I just need to take one other card out. All right, so let's just do the plan with this. Oh, good one, Deno. One of your best. You absolute Sputnik. All right, so I'm going to play this card. 1 cost when you use it to this. Send up to 2 falcons to new targets. That's going to send both of my falcons to me. Then I will play swoop, swoop, swoop it up, swoop it up. And swoop is going to do this. It's going to cost me 2 animus, 1, 2. And target an enemy within range 5. We are adjacent to the broodmother. So one of my falcons will attack the broodmother. And the falcon has your might, but may only draw 4 cards. This attack cannot miss, but may critical. We will roll 1 yellow and 3 whites because the falcons are the best. Cannot miss. Is that right? Yeah, but may critical. The falcon. So that's 5. We don't have any reroll tokens, so we'll just take that. And that'll do 2 damage to the... We'll do it on the flank. No, I'll do it on the core. So the core's down to 4. And then she's got 3 animus left. She'll spend 3 animus to play Rile and Rake, which is going to send 2 falcons on you to a target and turn them to face any direction. It's already facing the direction I want it to be, so that's fine. And then we make an attack. That's going to battle flow all of these over to here. That one there. But this is an all-in play. She's got no stuff left. So it's going to be 3 dice. I think we'll do that. She's got no reroll tokens. Damn, she misses. All right, up to the warbear. The warbear can do it. I believe in the warbear. Don't need to do an AoE attack. Sure, so let's just do an attack. Straight up, warbear attack. Got no empower tokens, but we've got a reroll token. I need to do... Yeah, this is getting a little bit hairier than I'd like it to be. The curse should get it done. Should. Okay, we have a reroll token, so we're going to reroll that. Alright, we're good. We're in good shape. Crit 3 and a white 2. So this is not a miss. We're re-rolling a crit into a yellow. Okay, so that's nothing. We spent our re-roll token for that, but that is another 5, which is another 2 damage, taking that core to 2. And the warbear will go one more time with this many dice. We just need to get a 4. Come on, warbear. Swing for the fences. Oh, the warbear's an animal. Literally. Okay, so the warbear smashes the last card, or smashes the core dice, I should say. So that one is down to 0. We discard the level 2s, and we're going to shuffle the level 3s. And we are going to deal out one of these, and the target is going to be the warbear. That was exactly what we wanted to happen. And it is Screech, release the brood. Move 3 northeast. That's probably not the best. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then this damages all Oathsworn and allies on the board. For each target, this is a bad card, isn't it? For each target, draw 1 for each hex between them and the next closest target to them. Draw separately for each target. For each card, oh, that's bad for the that's bad for the priest. The priest did some real trouble there. That's okay. Must lose 2 combat tokens if they have at least 2, or lose 1. All right, the priest might get knocked out here, so we're going to do the priest first. Hang on, how many 2s are left? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's not that many 2s left. The priest is going to have to draw 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. There's 6 cards left. 2 of them are 2s. I think the odds are better if we do it a different way. So we'll do the Huntress first. She's rolling 1 dice, or 1 card. Okay, so the Huntress takes a wound. And that helps our situation tremendously. The Huntress goes down to 3. Because now the priest can't, if I've counted correctly, can't fail to survive. So takes these 2 and discards them. The Cur doesn't take a damage. What a cool card. And then the Warbear, nothing. Okay, we're all in. We're all in. The Cur, get in there, son. 1, 2, 3. Attacking in the rear. We're going to use our big swing. Come on. All right, so our big swing is 4 dice. It's called Backstab. We get +5 damage on this attack. Here is the card. If targeting an enemy's rear, we are targeting an enemy's rear. How good is that? So this attack is at +5 damage. I'm going to use my 2 lethality tokens to ramp this up by 2, and then I've also got another empowered 3 tokens, so we're empowering up by 5. Shouldn't need to go crazy here. Shouldn't. I've got 2 reroll tokens. So if we start with 2 whites, because we just need to hit 10. So 2 whites, we turn them into 2 yellows, and then we've got an empower 3. Oh, this is actually maybe not as good as I thought. So we could go like that. Yeah, we need to hit 5. That's right. We just need to hit 5. So we'll roll these. We'll roll 4 whites, or 4 dice, a red, 2 whites, and a black. And this is an all-in play because I've got no action. Well, the priest can attack and move, I suppose, if he hits and kills. But the priest is in real trouble. So if we manage to kill the broodmother on this attack, then we win the scenario, which would be great. Come on, Deno! That is an awful roll. We're using our reroll tokens on both of those. No! Just give me something. Oh, that is a black miss. That black miss is devastating. Oh, that is devastating. Oh, did I need to roll the 2 whites? Well, the whites weren't what cost me in the end. It was the thing. Anyway, so we miss that attack. So we get all of our things back. Thanks to the termination rule. What tabletop board game has the best minis I've come across? The answer is very simple. Kingdom Death by a country mile. Oh, you Cur. Why did you have to do that to me, Cur? I gain a thing token. Kingdom Death models are the best. There is 1, 2, 3. Okay, I actually lied there. I should have had a yellow instead of a white. So I'm going to play, because it's my game and I'm allowed to, I'm going to play that I have to reroll all the dice. Okay, so now I reroll token that. Okay. We win. Slight cheat, but we're allowed to. It's my game. Excellent. All right, we have to bring up the app now again, don't we? Turn that off. Because I was using my lethality tokens. Epilogue. Instructions. After the encounter, continue to the epilogue. Thanks, instructions. That's very helpful.
With the screeching finally silent.
Taking no chances. You hack off the broodmother's head and burn the body. The Deepwood may snuff out the flames, but it will at least consume this corruption. In the den, you find several items of value. Our Lord Davenish heard of your foray into the Deepwood. Have you found the beast? You raise the severed head of the broodmother to the guard's face. Well done. I've been instructed to give you this iron in payment and tell you that Lord Davenish would meet with you tomorrow morning. He has paid for your lodgings at the Broken Oak Inn during your stay. I would suggest retiring now, as his lordship will not suffer tardiness tomorrow. All Oathsworn gain 2 iron each. Cool. Tally, level, loot, and losses. I don't really remember how to do that, but we will. So I'm going to go up to 20 iron, which is nice. I know I had to pay 6 to old mate. So that's good. And then, yeah, tally, level, loot, and losses. Let's remember how that works. There's a little thing at the end of this. Here we go. Oathsworn levels. So at level 2, we gain full character ability cards. Perfect. Nothing for our little friends. And then we don't gain a permanent token because we should have one at the start. Yeah, fine. And then we don't get a free company trait. Okay, so then loot. And we tally loot. We get stuff. Let me find it specifically. Where does it say tally loot level? That might be in the story rulebook. The thing about Kingdom Death models, right, is they are so unique. You know, this is cool models, and but it sort of falls into generic fantasy models. They're incredible, and they're bigger than normal models, which I love. But it still does sort of kind of fall in that generic fantasy. Kingdom Death, there's nothing like it. There's no models like it out there in the world. They are absolutely bonkers. And because of that, they're great fun to play, to paint. Occasionally you find yourself painting something that you never thought you'd find yourself painting. Probably the one that jumps out to me the most is the frog dog. On the side of the frog dog there's vaginas that are giving birth to small dogs. So that's fun. Probably not something you expect you find yourself painting on any given day. But yeah, c'est la vie. Tally loot level and losses. Gain 1 level. Replace the current item deck. Then gain 3 common items from the next deck. Then gain 2 unique items that we get a bonus 1. And then replace the current unique item deck with next one. Losses. We didn't have any losses. All unconscious. Yeah, no, we didn't have any unconscious Oathsworn. All Oathsworn lose 1 item that they equipped in the encounter. Great. So we'll go over here. So I've got me level 2 stuff ready to go. Let's put these all back. That was awesome. That was really cool. Unfortunately, one of our bone daggers has been smashed, probably. And we're going to get our level 2 cards. Yes. And we all start with a permanent defense token. Yes. Got to get more of those tokens, though. Yeah, it's got a bit of Warhammeriness, doesn't it? Little Skaven Broodmother, and yeah, not a lot of polar bears though. All right. So level 2 items we're drawing 1, 2, 3. Was it 3 of those? I thought it was 4 of them. And we get 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. All right. Let's look at our toys. A 2-handed halberd can be used by the warbear. That's a red dice. That's pretty nice. When you attack, add 1 range to the attack. If the attack is an area of effect, it targets 5 additional hexes. Well, that's going to the warbear. We'll give that straight up. So the felling axe is getting destroyed on the warbear, and we're going to grab a little cheeky halberd. A walking stick, not much use to us. Nobody in our party. Oh, the priest can use it, can he? No, that's not the priest, is it? What's the priest symbol? Oh, yes, that is a priest. The priest is the little... Karma? Yeah, okay. We can use that on the priest. It's two-handed, which means we're potentially replacing the Great Maul, keeping the pig iron coat. When using ability with the range keyword. Oh my god. That means we get +2 range on our blessing. Oh. Okay, well that's going to the priest, who's lost his Great Maul, and we're now rolling 2 yellow dice. Excellent, so that's been smashed. And that's been smashed. And what do we got here? A peasant flail. The cur can use this. So it is one-handed. So yeah, the cur's going to smash up the dice, which means the cur now has a yellow might, which is excellent. So we've lost these 3, but now we look at these. So we're going to have to lose maybe the short bow or the tattered rawhide wrappings. Let's see. Oh my god, the spine. That's so good. Can only be used... we don't have the harbinger or the witch, but anyway. Rothhide. Yes. After losing from an adjacent enemy, the enemy loses 1. Okay, so the huntress is going to lose her tattered rawhide wrappings, and she's going to put on this rothhide. Oh, we've got a rat fur tunic. Anyone can use it. After damages, that is so good. All right. Well, I'm putting that on as well, but we'll put that on the cur. And the spine, I reckon we'll keep that in reserve, because I think the walking stick's actually going to be slightly better for our priest. So we've got a backup weapon in our backpack, and that is also in our backpack. So I haven't seen Darklight Memento Mori, but I think Fen actually wrote a couple of reviews on that game, if I remember rightly, and rated it reasonably well. So there's a lot of good games out there at the moment, and yeah, I'm struggling. I was saying before this, I started this playthrough that I was feeling a bit burnt out on campaign games, but yeah, I just found some enthusiasm in the last couple of days. I'm actually on holidays at the moment, so believe it or not, tomorrow morning I'm going to play the next episode. Come on. So I'm going to probably play 2 or 3 chapters a day for the next couple of days. Come on. I didn't tell you about that until just now, but that's great. What do we think of story mode? Should we try instant adventure mode in for the next one? I think maybe we'll try instant action mode. Yeah, we'll try instant action mode because James Cosmo's voice is fantastic, but when it was not quite working as well as it could. All right, so yes, we're starting with our 1 defense token permanently. Very nice. We didn't gain any animus buffs, but let's look at the level 2 cards for the Huntress that we've now got access to. Oh, she's got, what? She got 3. Oh, that's right, you got 1 that you can use with a, yeah, one's for swords and one's for arrows, that's right. She has multiple cards. And then the cur. There's been a lot of games recently that people have popped up and said, oh, you should try this demo. There was this one on one of my YouTube comments the other day that I'd never even heard of, and I looked it up, and I thought, that sounds unreal. It's like set in a Japanese sort of thing. Let me find it for you, because Fen might know it. Fen might have played it. Eldfall Chronicles Northwind. I've never heard of it at all. And I just Googled it. It looks really awesome. So have you played that, Bravo? Yeah. Haha, Massive Darkness. It's good fun. So I play board games every Tuesday night. I have a bunch of wonderful friends I play with every Tuesday. I talk about it all the time, but they're legends. We just got back from a huge convention together, CanCon, and had a great time. They're lovely people, and I like spending time with them. And I should tell them that more often, but they would make fun of me if I did that. So anyway, we've played lots of games, and Massive Darkness, one of the guys owns it, and we played it just out of, I don't know, out of the blue one night, and it was the best. It's so good. It's just good dice rolling fun. There's never anything wrong with good dice rolling fun. You're almost always guaranteed to get a pretty consistent experience out of Cool Mini or Not. Not necessarily great, but good fun. The Zombicides are fun, yeah. So yeah, we've played. I think we've probably played 5-6 games of Massive Darkness 2. It's good. We found it a bit easy by the end. We just kept having super powerful characters that just could do anything. That's fun. One of the other guys has Bloodborne. We haven't played it. Well, I haven't played it. They actually did play it together, but I haven't played it since. Yeah, okay. So Zoe, that's not helping my situation at the moment because I would really like that. Sounds like right up my alley. A dungeon crawl premium experience, deep and technical. Oof, that is rustling my jimmies. Okay, so this is all of a sudden we can now turn into a trap, a person for traps as well. When any character moves onto it, the character loses 1 for each hex they just moved. This does not stop movement. Geez, that could be fun. Or you can just make an attack with 2 damage at a 3 and a 3. So this one, though, is more falcon based, and I seem to be trying to use the falcons. Move 1, send 1 or 2 falcons on you to the target. Attack. If the target loses any damage, gain an empower token for each falcon on the target. I do like more tokens. Send up to 2 falcons to new targets. This costs 1. Okay, so that's nice. And then this one is a bow one. Target an enemy with a falcon. This attack is empowered +1. The falcons, see, that's nice because being able to return my falcons would be nice. Easier. So what is my other 1 cost? Hunter's Call. That's a movement one. I like that one. Rile and Rake. Yeah, so that one's probably... It's about bleeding, but... Yeah, so I'm going to replace Rile and Rake with Whistling Arrow. And then this one's Leap Attack, which requires a melee weapon, so I'm not going to use that. I think I'm only painted up to Chapter 3. We were playing every couple of days, and I didn't get an opportunity. So I'm going to try and paint Chapter 4 before we get to Chapter 4. We might get to Chapter 4 tomorrow, so that might not happen. And I've got another project as well. So we'll see. Alright, and this one is Tandem Strike, move 1, send 1 or 2 falcons, attack. If the target loses any damage, gain an empower token. Alright, so I'm definitely going to take that one too, I think. So that's a 3 card. So Hinder, I want to keep Hinder. Flight of Feathers is expensive, but that one is move, which we're not going to do. Send up to 2 falcons on you to new targets. then attack. This attack also targets any enemies with range 5 with a falcon on them. See, I really like that. The question is Hinder worth it? I think Hinder's worth keeping. So it's one of these two. This one gets you an Empower token for each falcon on the target. This one potentially lets us target multiple targets. So, knowing what I know about the next mission, let's take this one. And that's the Huntress done. Let's look at the Cur. This game is, yeah, I had not played this game in 4 years or whatever it was. And I pulled it out of the box and I had to reorganize it and stuff. But then I was just basically remembering everything. I watched 30 minutes of how to play videos today and then I was right back into it. So, yeah. Okay, dodge, it's a 2. So that is, use when instead of playing defense card. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's a good one. So that's instead of low blow, maybe. Or instead of concealment. Yeah, I'm going to replace concealment with dodge. And then the second one is blind. If you're attacking an enemy's front, turn the enemy to face any direction. On a critical hit, you treat the enemy as having 1 less armor? Oh my god, that is so good. But a low blow is like another denial. Oh. That's tricky. So it's either dodge or low blow. Kick them where it hurts, forcing them to redraw any 2 cards. If you're attacking the enemy's front, turn them to face any direction. So now the question is, does the second part require the first part to happen? Do you need to have attack the enemy's front before you get the critical hit component? I would say no. Separate sentence. On a critical hit, treat the enemy as having 1 less shield. So that is really powerful given that you have Empower tokens. I like low blow so much. I don't think I need to keep low blow because I've got the Falcon one to deny. That's just a bit easier to block with though. The Falcon one's a 3 battle flow card, so it's harder to get it back into your hand. That would be fun, having dice for monsters. Yeah, we might do that at a later stage. I'm going to leave blind out, I think. For now. Just for now. May come back to it in a later mission. Alright, that's great. Well, guess what? I'm going to be back tomorrow morning playing more Oathsworn because I'm on holidays for a week. So good. And yes, my plan for the week was just, because I got back from the Crimson Brush and it's such a full-on week, that yeah, I just decided I'm just going to relax and do stuff that I love, paint models, play games, and have a tremendous couple of days. So for the next 5 days, it will be me playing some Oathsworn, painting my little Wizard of Oz piece that I'm working on now. And yeah, that's going to be my next few days. What a cool time. The only thing that I'll miss about playing the quick action mode is these maps are absolutely beautiful. Like, they are stunning. I just used to love looking at the maps. Yes, so we're gonna stream basically an Oathsworn campaign over the next week. We'll see how far we get. We might not get the whole way, but we'll give it a red hot tap. All right, I'm gonna go change me me title for tomorrow. Get around it. So I'll see you, yes, I'll see you all tomorrow, maybe. If you join me. If not, that's okay. So yeah, chapter 2 will be tomorrow morning. I'll probably play that pretty early. Then chapter 3, maybe in the afternoon. And then chapter 4 will be around this same time. So you might see me playing chapter 4 tomorrow night. I'll do my best to get them painted, the barbarians. That's who's in chapter 4. It's one of my favourite fights, so I know them. They're really cool. Great. All right. Catch you all again. I'll see you.